introduce them here. Okay. Okay, Venkat, are you there?
Is it me? Perfect.
Yeah, then go ahead and briefly introduce yourself. So Venkat attended our family camp in at the ashram last month, and so that's how he met me at the talks, Paramathanandaji's talks here in Coimbatore, and so that's how he came to know about it. So go ahead, Venkat, please introduce yourself.
Namaskaram to all. So I've been off and on trying to learn or understand Advaita Vedanta, or Vedanta has to be specific, and got a good opportunity to meet with Guruji at Sri Paramathananda Swami Paramathananda's talk. I so on the avidya side, on the Laukigam side, I'm an IT professional working with a company here in Coimbatore, based in Coimbatore. I have a little daughter. She's about 8 years old, and trying to get her also introduced to Sanatana Dharma and our ways of life. That's a brief about me.
Thank you, Venkat.
Namaste.
Yeah,
Guruji.
Satya, go ahead. Satya Narayana.
Sorry, I had some problem unmuting myself. Am I audible and visible?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I also met Guruji in this Ashamanjari camp that was held in Coimbatore. That was a really wonderful camp. And so after that, I mean, there were a lot of very thought-provoking discussions. I mean, lectures that both Jaykumarji and Srinivasanji had. So I thought I would just follow up with that. I am based in Bangalore. I think a while back I used to be in Bombay. That time I used to attend one of others, Puja Swamiji's students, Swami Brahmavidananda's lectures. After that, I've kind of lost touch. That was quite a long time back. And anyway, so I just want to get back into this again. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Yeah. So Swami Brahmavidanandaji spoke to us, if you all remember, just a couple of months ago. So Satya studied under Swamiji in Mumbai. Good, good. Anybody else? Sriram here by any chance?
Dad, your video is stuck there.
My video is stuck, is it?
No, sorry, it was my son talking. So.
Ek, how are you? Yaar per maradbettane. Forgot your name also.
Keshav, I think.
Keshav. Okay.
It's okay. He ran away. That's all.
Okay. Very good. All right. So I don't think our Sriram is here, but we will start. Swapna, Hema, then Mahesh.
This is I wanted a clarification. So did you say Prakriti and Maya are synonyms? The same?
Correct. In many contexts, they're synonyms. Now, suppose you ask the question, no, wait. In chapter, forget what it is, 7 maybe, or 9, 7 probably. It says, there is Bhumirapo Nalo Vayuhu Kham Mano Buddhirevacha Ahankara Iti Yamme Bhinna Prakriti Ashtada. Okay, Ashtada Prakriti, he says. Okay, all right. Ashtada Prakriti. That sounds so much like Maya Prakriti. Then suddenly, next sentence he said, Apare Yamitastvanyam.
प्रकृतिं विद्धि में पराम जीवभूतां महाबाहो ययेदं धार्यते जगत्.
जगत्. Yayedam dharyate jagat. That is para prakriti. So there he uses a different language. I am para prakriti. This other prakriti that you thought is apara prakriti. Like that he says. So context. It's all based on context. Based on context.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
Yeah, Hemaji, go ahead.
Guruji, how exactly do you translate avaranam? Avaranam?
So you are insisting that I should translate avaranam, correct?
No. எனக்கு புரியல. சாதாரண எப்படி நம்ம பண்றோங்கிறது அது போல யூன்னு கேட்டுட்டேன். சாரி, நாட் இன் தட் மேனர். எனக்கு தெரியல அதை எழுதுறதுக்கு, அதுக்காக கேட்டேன்.
Avaranam means concealment.
Concealment. Something covering.
Covering.
That
concealing may be a better word. Covering may not be better.
Conceal.
Then you use wheeling.
Yeah, you can say wheeling.
Veil.
But the word veil has another meaning. Yeah, it has another meaning, so I don't like that word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe envelopment.
Envelopment, is it? Yeah, if you understand the concealing aspect,
Covering.
veiling aspect.
So that
In some place it is translated as power of illusion. Avarana Shakti.
Okay.
I don't know that that is quite a good correct translation. I don't know.
Concealing, if you understand the meaning of it as concealing, something that prevents you from seeing the reality. Now you can use whatever you want, word you want.
Because
Abstract.
that Navavaranam is there, that Kamalamba Navavarana Kirtanas are there. There also Navavaranam. I mean, that is that's where I get the word. So I asked. And one more thing that you said, how do I know I'm existing? That suddenly I remembered some word, some statement. I think, therefore I am, or I am, therefore I think. Some such thing is there. I don't know in what context I've heard it. Suddenly that sentence came to my mind. This is some, I think, great quote.
No, that sentence is attributed to what is that philosopher?
Rene
Descartes.
Rene Descartes. Correct. Rene Descartes.
Correct.
Rene Descartes said, I'm a thinking person. I think, therefore I am. Therefore I exist. And then what happened, Then the waiter, he was sitting in a restaurant, and the waitress asked, would you like to have some coffee, sir? And he said, I don't think so. And you know what happened? He disappeared. Rene Descartes disappeared. Why? Because he didn't think so.
I think so. I am. I don't think so.
Just because I think, therefore I am, cannot be correct. Whether you are thinking or not thinking, you are rather.
Yeah. So I am, therefore I think.
So
I have a statement, Hemavati ji. Sorry, Guruji. I have a statement. The Navavarana Puja, in that the Avarana is the enclosures. Like you have the enclosures of the 3 lines for the Sri Chakra. That is the Avarana they talk about in the Navavarana Kritis that you mentioned about. It is those enclosures in the Sri Chakra. Those are the Avarana Puja that they do in Sri Vidya.
Sri Vidya, I know Sri Vidya Upasaka, because Dikshidhar was a great Sri Vidya Upasaka.
Yeah, he was.
So that is what it talks about.
So the Sri Chakra, in the Chakra, the lines that are there, that is supposed to be the
even for learning or teaching, some gurus insist on, very ரொம்ப நியமத்தோட தான் அதை கத்துக்கணும். எல்லாருக்கும் சொல்லி கொடுத்துட மாட்டா நவாவரண கீர்த்தனம் எல்லாம். ஐ மீன் இந்த குருஸ்னாக்கா, I mean, இப்போ அஃப்கோர்ஸ் இப்போ எல்லாம் கத்துக்கிறா, இல்லைன்னா everything is available on YouTube. But some years back, even for teaching or learning that Navavarna Kirtanam, you had to, there was some sort of a discipline was required lot of things were required. That is what I understand.
So 1 minute. Mohani ji, can you explain the Avarana aspect of the Navavarana once again, please?
Navavarana
Properly?
is the enclosures, like they have the 3 lines outside, then they have a 16 petal lotus, 8 petal lotus, then the triangles, like they have 14 triangles, then the 2 rows of 10 triangles. All these are the Avaranas. And then they have the 10 triangle, Dasha, and then the 3, and then the Bindu. So all these are Avaranas. These are all the 9 layers that you do puja to. And there are different deities in each of the avarnas that you do the puja to. It is like the tantric aspect of the puja. When you do it, the navavarnas, you go from outside to inside or inside to outside, but it is done in a particular ritual. It's a ritual. But the avarnas, these are the enclosures that you do as you go from inside out. Whereas this avarana shakti is different.
So that avarana there, every kriti is in one vibhakti. Like that, he has composed a lot of group kritis, in all the Subramanya Vibhakti kritis. So this Kamalamba Navavarna kriti, Kamalamba is the goddess in Thiruvarur. Kamalamba Navavarna kriti also. They are composed in different, all the 9 vibhaktis. And with an invocation in Todi and in different ragas, It is this thing. So,
Very good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now that's the greatness of Dikshit.
The Bhagavati Seva which Kerala people usually do is Sri Chakra Puja only, in Tantric way, more or less.
Yeah. Bhagavati Seva. I've seen that in many of their homes. I've seen it.
The diagram they draw is of Sri Chakra only.
Very interesting way they do puja. Thank you. Yeah. So Mahesh ji, then Shravana, and then Prasad.
Vivekaji, a little while ago you said Prakriti is Maya. I know. We also said that in Bhagavad Gita, but Prakriti also means nature, isn't it?
The context, different context, yes.
Yeah.
Different context.
So, when
In Vedanta also,
Huh?
in Vedanta also, he's going to say in the same shloka. What is he going to say in this shloka? Trigunatmika para. Okay. So Trigunatmika, that nature that you are talking about. What do you mean by nature?
Okay. So I was more referring to when you say nature means the natural thing, not the normal characteristics. That's not what I meant. Or I got.
Yeah, here it means Maya. It means that which endows. That which endows everything in this universe with its unique attributes is called Maya. Or that which creates the world is Maya. She is a creator. Sometimes we say that also. She is a creator.
Guruji didn't hear. What did you say when you said who endows what? We didn't hear.
Endows everything with its attributes, with its unique attributes. That which makes an object unique is Maya. Whatever you say that makes an object unique is Maya. Maya's gunas are there in that object or person. So we will see that. We have not covered the topic yet, but that's the general idea.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Mahesh.
Another thing is in the the mantra number 106, which you translated, that most beloved, that reference comes from the Brihadaranya Upanishad, right? That Atmanastu Kamaya, am I correct?
Correct. Atmartatvena, Shankaracharya says, Atmanastu Kamaya. Correct.
Okay. Thank you. because somebody, I mean, otherwise, like, most beloved of all. I mean, it's like, you know, there are n number of things. This is the most beloved, or yeah.
Correct. So we have to understand it properly. Yeah. Shravana, go
Thank you,
ahead.
James.
Guruji, you had mentioned Avarana, a book authored by S.L. Bhairapaji. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to share that this particular book had several reprints and broke all kinds of records, from what I understand. He's also authored several other books, and one book that he authored, Parva, is based on Kurukshetra war. And this play, 2 years back, was staged by Prakash Belawadi. It was an 8-hour play in Bangalore, and we attended, my husband and I attended, 8-hour play. And it was received with a thumping response. I think it ran for more than 10 days. And each show, each day, it was full. And the day we went, S.L. Bhairapaji also was there. He had attended.
I see. So what is the gist of that story or novel or book?
Parva is about Kurukshetra.
About Kurukshetra. Oh, entirely about Kurukshetra.
Yeah. It was very well costumed and directed. It was in English.
So about Kurukshetra means about the war in Kurukshetra,
Yes,
I suppose.
Mahabharata, right? Kurukshetra.
Okay. Any message that comes out of that that you could catch in that?
He gives a different perspective of the characters, apart from the traditionally accepted perspectives. He gives Karna's pain, then he gives Duryodhana's pain, Dhritarashtra's view, all those sort of playing the devil's advocate. So it was very interesting to see a different perspective, because we are used to the traditional perspective. It was very well staged.
Very
directed.
Good. Very nice. He's known to be like that. Good. Thank you, Shravana. Prasad, then Vaidya.
Namaste, sorry. Namaste, Vivekachoodamani. So I have a last class, just before going to the last class, but we talked about I think we can use Yat Kinchit also, the Maya, right? Yat Kinchit, the mysterious something.
Okay, repeat that again.
So Maya, when you talked about Maya, this word Yat Kinchit. So when you take Bhava Rupam and Yat Kinchit, so Yat Kinchit is almost equal to some mysterious something. So we can't say it is, we can't say it is not. So it includes both it and Yat Kinchit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where did they use the word Yat Kinchit?
I think it is. It has come in different places. I don't remember. Yat Kinchit, even in the one of the mantra, it has come. Yeah, I don't remember right now. And one more point is that I remember the Ramakrishna's.
Prasad, 1 minute. Prasad, 1 minute.
So other point I remember, the Gospel of Ramakrishna says on the obscurity of the Avarana, Lakshmana can see Rama if Sita graciously steps aside. Something like that he uses. Because in between Sita was there, so he says that way. Like Lakshmana can see Rama if Sita steps aside graciously. Just as an example when he talks about. So actually my question is this. So pondering on the last class when you said, and actually I sort of expressed it, but probably not expressed properly. The 2 points, if I take and just wanted to, I was thinking about this, what would be the corollary of those 2 points? The first point is, like you said, need an object to appreciate the existence. Correct? Last time we talked about it. So with respect to that, if I want to build, upadhis are used to point out the witness consciousness. All the experiences, including our yogic, mystic experiences and all that, they're objective because anatma is involved. So this is like on the side of where we have objects like eye of the eye, or speech of the speech I just mentioned last time. So that's one point, one side of it, like obviously I need object to appreciate the existence. The second point is like existence is given, it is always there. This is the second point I think you sort of referred. So the essence of all our experiences is the same isness. So we know this, Vedanta says that, so this is the other side. But we always miss this unchanging easiness, which is part of every experience. We actually miss 10,000 times, I'm just saying a number, where the easiness is missed as part of our experience. So taking these 2 points corollary, so I was thinking about when you take objects, I cannot exclude every object physically to point out Brahman as remaining. So if I take coming that way, removing every object. So like, for example, body, I'm not body, I'm not mind. Oh, then what am I? So coming to that, that's one side. The other side is that we have to subsume the entire dream reality into waking reality. So that means I consider, if I take a dream as an example, so my realization is that I have to, as a whole, I have to subsume or collapse the entire dream into me. So that's waking reality. So this is what I'm, the corollary between these 2 points, because one point is like objects, which is our day-to-day experiences with respect to objects. The other thing is what Vedanta is teaching me, that, hey, the existence is there. If I look at the table, I look at only the experience of name, form, and function minus wood. That's a question which I pose to myself. Correct. So, what I was trying to say is that how do I think that or feel day-to-day experiences that existence is the essence of every experience, is that existence or isness. So for that, I mean, of course, the practices which you talk about would be involved, but I just was thinking about corollary between these 2 points you mentioned in the last class. One is like I need an object to appreciate the existence. Other thing is that existence is given; it is always there. So by taking those 2 things, I came to this conclusion. Just want to share and want to get your points based on that.
And came to the conclusion that
so one way is that in the dream, every the people, the objects, the world which I see, I have to think every one of that is nothing but that dreamer. That's one way. The second way is that this subsume or collapse everything together into the dreamer. So I mean the dream, entire dream is subsumed into the dream. Those are the 2 ways to come up with. I mean, it's a practice which I need to, so realization for realization. Of course, nididhyasana is one part anyway.
So I exist whether dream exists or not. That I can appreciate through this avasthatraya vicharaha, through the analysis of the avasthatraya. And therefore, that is one part. Then objects, my appreciation of the existence is only through objects. That itself is a big revelation. Because instead of saying object exists, I can say existence always is. Then an object is manifest, no doubt. No doubt object exists, no doubt. We are not saying that is not correct. But existence is there all the time. And so that can be appreciated through the dream and the other avasthas. So dream subsumed in dream, you said. So do you mean dream subsumed by what?
I mean, instead of taking each object and trying to minus it or exclude it. So in other words, dream is to be excluded into the waking state. That's what. Instead of taking every object to exclude, that's not the practice. So that's what I'm taking from your 2 points. Hey, object, you appreciate the existence. Rather, Vedanta says that there is existence. You are the existence, and existence is always there. Yeah.
Correct. Correct. Got it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you, Prasad.
Thank you very much.
Vaidya, then Sita.
Yeah, so Jaykumarji, this first example that was given, many places Prakriti and Maya are synonymous, no problem. In the Bhagavad Gita verse where this Apara Prakriti is mentioned, there this Apara Prakriti doesn't mean Maya, right? Because there it talks about earth, water, fire, all the elements, and then it talks about mind, intellect, and sense of doership. Correct?
Correct. But it is a manifestation of Maya only.
That's true.
Material. Let's put it this way. Atma and Anatma. All material is Anatma. Atma is the non-material part of the Jagat. And that becomes Apara Prakriti there.
Okay. So it is not a full enumeration. It's examples of enumeration.
Correct. Correct.
Right? Yeah. Because there the Para Prakriti is also mentioned, which is Brahman.
Yeah.
In 7.5.
Correct.
Yeah. 7.5. Yeah. Yeah. So okay, that makes sense. So basically, these Apara Prakriti here is a manifestation of Maya or the material. Examples.
Correct. Or to put it differently, one is Prakriti, other is Purusha.
Yes. Yes.
Maya Dhyakshena Prakritihi Suyate Sacharacharam.
There, Prakriti has the name only, meaning of only nature. Para Prakriti, Apara Prakriti. Description, something like that.
Sorry, tell me again, Ramuji. Are you saying or asking?
I'm just thinking aloud. There, where Vaidyaji mentioned Para Prakriti, Apara Prakriti, there it is only describing the nature of Apara Prakriti and Para Prakriti. Means nature, just defining.
Yeah. So we have to spend some time understanding that. Prakriti, Maya, Avarana Shakti, Vikshepa Shakti, all these things we have to bring in. Good.
So let me continue, Jaykumarji. So what you said was there that Apara Prakriti, those are all material, right?
Material and energy also. If you want to bring in all the scientific aspects, all material, all energy, all types of energy. Everything that has a description comes under Maya.
Yeah. Okay. So you can say material aspects of creation.
Yeah. To put it roughly, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Which
so
means
you can say part of Maya, right?
Because material aspect of creation is manifest. Then what about unmanifest? Well, manifest and manifest both go together. So both the manifest, the creation is a manifestation of Maya, the unmanifest Maya.
Right,
Seed
right,
is Maya, tree is a manifestation of Maya.
right.
Guruji, my question is also related to that only. So same thing I want to ask, like the avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharta, it's also the same thing, right? So the
Correct. Correct.
Karana, Shariram or Karana Prakriti is.
Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyaktanidhananyeva tatra ka paridevana. So this is very amazing what Krishna says there. He is talking about creations, many creations. Suddenly in one word he's saying, hey, it is manifest now. The world is manifest. When you say I exist, the world exists, then okay, something is manifest here. Then what happens? Then the manifestation will go away. Pralaya happens. And then it's all avyaktam now, unmanifest, not disappearing. The law of conservation of mass and energy holds. And so we are the first people who will validate science. Advaita Vedanta validates science. How? Because avyaktadini bhutani, vyaktamadhyani. What happens if it doesn't disappear? Where did it go? Avyaktam. It is unmanifest. Like in deep sleep, everything is unmanifest. And so avyaktadini bhutani, vyaktamadhyani bharata, avyakta nidhananyeva tatraka paridevana. Hey, so nothing really is going to disappear. Why are you, what is the reason for your sadness? Like that Krishna is telling Arjuna. There is no such thing called disappearance. It just changes forms constantly in the manifest state. And then there is another particular change of form called becoming unmanifest, where nothing is visible, quote unquote. And so same thing. There he's talking about manifest, unmanifest, manifest, unmanifest. So that anaditvam is mentioned there. I see anaditvam in the shloka. Maya is anadi, avidya is anadi, Ishvara is anadi. All that comes from there. Good. Think about
Thank you.
that.
Yeah, and then
thank you.
Jaykumarji, just to one more question briefly.
Yeah.
This verse that we translated is 106, where it says sense objects are pleasurable only for the sake of the self manifesting through them. There, the self is the jiva, right? Is that the jiva?
So, correct. Atmanastu kamaya. Because I want to be happy.
Yes.
Something makes me happy.
Right. Correct.
My daughter makes me happy. Suppose I say,
Yeah.
makes me happy. Atma doesn't want to be happy. Atma does not need to be happy. Okay. It has no desire, etc. Atma can't have a desire. It is because of Atma that I want to be happy.
Right.
Which what? It is because of Atma. Because of Atma, I cannot but want to be happy.
Yeah.
Ajnanam is there. Therefore, I keep on wanting to be happy, all right?
Correct.
And so that is the way to look at it there. Atmanastu
Right.
kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. It is for the
So
pleased
there it's for
self.
the jiva, and then manifesting through them, meaning manifesting through the sense object, and not independently, meaning the sense objects independently are not pleasurable.
Correct.
That's what it means, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Correct.
That answers my question. Thank you, Jaykumar.
No object has a capacity to make me happy. Suppose I say that. Will that be acceptable, right? I connect it. I am the one who says that you make me happy. Otherwise, there is nothing to prove that an object is a source of happiness or joy or sorrow. Yeah. Ram Narayan, go ahead.
So Guruji, Advaita says Prakriti is not real. It's part of Maya, which makes the unreal seem real. So what I'm trying to understand is, if it's all an illusion, how does the world work so systematically? How does illusion create order?
Yeah. See, first let's talk about the word illusion. Let's give an example of an illusion. Can you give me an example of an illusion?
Yeah, the rope example that Shankaracharya says. It's a classical example, right? And the
Classical
snake.
example.
Yeah.
And snake. Suppose there is a child that has not seen a rope snake, has not had that experience. You won't understand what you're saying. Then you have to give some other example, like a rainbow or like a mirage water, something like that. You have to give examples that see. Okay, mirage. Okay, let's say mirage water. That's an illusion, correct? That's an illusion means what? It is an appearance of water where there is no water.
Yeah.
That's we can agree. Can we agree that that's the definition of illusion?
Yep.
Appearance of something when that something does not exist. Really exist. Something like that.
It's like the movie Matrix.
Movie Matrix. Everybody talks about it, and I've not seen the movie. So, so what is it about Matrix now? Tell me.
It's basically about how there's a parallel world that's created by machines, and humans are used as batteries. So, and people who created that used a lot of Advaita philosophy to create the movie.
Oh, people are used as batteries by the machines.
Yeah.
Itself.
Exactly. So they basically create this parallel world, which is projected world out of the mind, which is Maya, and the people live in that Maya. But then if you go look at them from a real perspective, they're sitting in pods, and they're all basically used so that they're used as batteries for the machines to power themselves. So the Farrelly brothers who created them, or the Wachowski brothers who created them, were big Advaita proponents. So they used Advaita philosophy to create that movie.
The hero was given two pills, red pill and green pill.
Right, and the blue pill, exactly.
So if he had not taken the red pill, he would not have gone to that Maya side of it, but it is all machines.
Right.
Otherwise, you would have stayed in the normal
Right. Good. So if somebody says Advaita Vedanta is impractical, and I can say, hey, go see the movie Matrix. At least to some extent, it is practical. It's a practical movie has come, they made money and all. So it's practical. You know?
Yeah.
So that's one definition of illusion, which is something that literally does not exist. We all know it does not exist, but there is an appearance of existence of that thing. That is called illusion. Okay. Now, all of us say this is a pot. This is a pot. Is pot an illusion by the way you have defined it?
Yes.
Okay. So, but rope snake you said initially was illusion.
Yeah.
Rope snake was an illusion, but you can undo that illusion also. The guy who said it was a snake, after some time he can be made to say it is a rope.
Yeah.
So then what happened? He came out of the delusion mindset. He came out of the spell of illusion, let's call it. He came out of the spell. Can any of us come out of the spell of pot illusion? So what I'm trying to say is that illusion that you talked about is something that you can come out of. Especially the rope snake example. Here, example also makes a little bit of a difference. And so that rope snake example, you can come out of the spell. You can come out of the spell. So there is the illusion, and in the same lifespan, in the same empirical world, I can come out of that illusion also. Okay, that is one definition of illusion. That is one definition of illusion. And the problem with the word illusion is because it has that definition, but what I'm talking about is, here is something, here is we say it is a pot, but once I see the reality of the pot, and once I see the reality of all clay objects, and once I see the reality of the entire universe itself, and I appreciate that everything is a projection, really speaking. Okay. That is Ishvara's projection. In the case of rope snake, it is your projection. You are projecting snake. That is your problem.
Yeah.
But this is a pot. Pot is not created by you or me. Pot is universally accepted. This is pot. Pot is a Ishvara Srishti.
Mm.
Therefore, I don't want to use the word illusion for Ishvara Srishti. Why use the word illusion for Ishvara Srishti? My own confused mind is creating all kinds of stuff, and we can call it illusion. But this is Ishvara Srishti. Pot is also a projection. We are going to come to that. But it is a Ishvara Srishti. It is universal. It's universal, and it is useful. It has a function. Everything is there. But it is also a type of illusion, not the type of illusion like the snake's rope illusion. It is another type of illusion. It is Ishvara Srishti, and it is Maya operating, and I am unable to see that pot is a projection also. And I will never be able to see for ages and ages and ages. So why put these two kinds of illusions in the same category? And so I don't want to use the word illusion for it. It is an inadequate use. It will confuse things very much. It will blur the distinction between these two types of illusions we are talking about. And that distinction cannot be blurred. We can't afford to blur it like that. Okay. We are talking not about the rope snake illusion. That everybody, you can wake up from the rope snake illusion just like that. But we are using it as an example to highlight that there is another kind of illusion. It's like the rope snake illusion, but not like it also. It's not like it because it is not created by you. That you can own up right away. Own up your mistake right away. Here also you have to own up. Here also there is a mistake, but it's a different kind of mistake. It is Mula Vidya. It is a fundamental problem for every human being and every jiva. And it's not difficult, but it's a different category. And so I'd rather use the word Maya for the pot. For rope snake, okay, it's also Maya, all right, but that Maya disappears just like that.
Makes sense, Koshi. Yeah.
So we need to we can't just brush everything under the one word.
Right.
Just like we can't brush aside reality in one word. That's why we have three types of realities. Pratibhasikam is there, illusion we say in English. Then what? Then everything else other than the illusion is real. Only two types of reality are there in English.
Yeah.
No, we can't use those words. The word real at all, we can't use it all. If you carefully watch me, I will not use the word real. I keep saying absolutely real. Why?
Yeah.
To bring in the satyam, I have to bring that adjective.
Right.
Absolutely. So, just to be cautious about that. Therefore, I will never say, Vedanta will never say the world is an illusion. In English, we can't say that statement. We can't say it. You know why? Because the guy who says world is an illusion, what should he do to them? If you have a phone that is not working, that is not working. If it is working, you please keep it. Just throw the phone on their head. And then they will say, what did you do? I didn't do anything. It's just an illusion. They won't accept that statement. The guy who says the world is an illusion will not accept the statement. And so it's all fluffy talk. Until we keep on talking, everything works. And then in reality, it fails. So that's why we don't want to say that. We don't say that. The world is sacred. How about that? That is why we worship Bhagavan in everything that is there. For us, it is all sacred. Maya is sacred, therefore. Maya is worshipped. So that she can take my avarana away. So that she can make me see that Paramesha behind the Shakti. Like that we talk about that. So for us, everything is sacred. We don't say things are illusion or not. It's just mistranslation. So there is a loss of knowledge in the mistranslation. Yeah. Hope that was.
Yeah, no, that helps, Guruji. Thank you. That helps. Thank you.
That is why
we'll continue to discuss.
We can't, I mean, that is why we say, we can't say it is not also, right? So, because the reality which is, we cannot deny that what is the world reality. So both ways.
Yeah. Next
we
shloka.
can't say it
Next
is.
shloka.
Yeah.
Next shloka. Prasad is now going to the next shloka. Sannapya bhayatmika no. It's going to come up. So we will talk about that.
Yeah, there is the Guruji, there's the old joke where a person goes to a priest and asks him, can you define what a miracle is? And then he just slaps him across the face. And he asks him, does it hurt? And he goes, yes, it hurts really badly because you slapped me. And he goes, it would have been a miracle if it did not hurt. So that's basically what it is.
Oh, I see. So if it did not hurt, then that would be a miracle.
It would be a miracle, exactly.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Meera, go ahead.
My question also was with respect to that, Guruji. Anirvachanayam we say, right? So I think you already said we have to wait. Next, I think the next shloka is going to come. It also came up like we say manifest, unmanifest, and all these things. Finally, it's going to negate everything and say Anirvachanayam. You just can't name it. So
Correct.
That was the question. I think next shloka I'll wait.
Yeah, we will discuss that.
Yeah, I think it's with respect to Mula Vidya, right? Only there you can justify it as Anirvachaniya.
Yeah, Anirvachaniya. Correct. I mean, Anirvachaniya is also about the pot. Pot exists. The fact that I'm holding it shows that pot exists. But pot also does not have an independent existence. It's all clay. Pot borrows its existence from clay. So it has a spurious existence. Its existence can be smashed in no time. Therefore, its existence is questionable. It neither exists categorically, nor can you say categorically that it does not exist. So even that is Anirvachaniyam. And Anirvachaniya, Maya, all that will come.
Because
so we'll discuss.
It has all the attributes. So when it comes to Jagat and Jiva, all the attributes, whatever we are talking about, I think we are able to name it, understand it. Only when we understand through Mula Vidya, only we can say it is okay. It's neither this nor that.
Correct. That is why Anirvachaniya is very important only in Advaita Vedanta. Nowhere else Maya, Anirvachaniya and all make sense. Everybody, because for them there's only one Satyam. Everything is Satyam. Therefore, there is no question of Anirvachaniya and all. What is real?
For us, Satyam also is Anirvachaniyam.
No, Satyam is not Anirvachaniyam. Every object is Anirvachaniyam. Satyam always exists, so it can't be Anirvachaniyam.
Oh, okay.
But Mithya, does it exist or not? What kind of existence does Mithya
Okay.
reveal? If somebody asks, then we have to talk about Anirvachaniyam.
So it's in terms of existence.
Yeah, correct. So these are all ontological questions. In English, they have a word called ontology. Ontology means this nature of study of the nature of existence is called ontology. So it's very beautiful. But I don't know. I need to see in the Western ontology rather. What is it they talk about, right? What is their topic? I haven't explored
Guruji,
that.
the Western ontology starts with Anselm, who is the Christian, theologist who started in the 1200s, and basically he talks about the theory of being. So ontology is understanding is all about being. So when you typically talk about God's argument, you talk about three things: ontological argument, talk about theological argument, teleological argument, which is cause, first cause, where it came from, and then you talk about the other areas of how you argue in terms of the existence of God. So ontology is from a Christian theology perspective started off in the 1100 1200s with this Anselm person.
I see.
They
And
do
today, is that a scientific subject or not?
It is. So there are two areas where you can study philosophy. You can study classical philosophy, which came from the Greek side, which has logic and metaphysics and all of those things. Or you can talk about the philosophy of religion, which is what most schools in the US talk about, right? Philosophy of religion, one of the area is ontology, where it's one of the subfields.
I think for convenience it was understood as mystical Christianity, something to do with mysticism and all that. Because once the church came up, they wanted to take hold on their whatever religion, and so I think they suppressed it because that's the reason many of them were, they were punished
Right.
and all that. Eckhart and all
Yeah.
that.
No, that's a fair point. Like the classical example of ontology is typically the argument of first cause, right? What caused everything is first cause is ontology, and teleology is design. Why is something how it is? Because it has to be designed by a creator. That's how Abrahamanistic religions, in a simplified form, looks at it. They look at it from an ontological perspective and teleological perspective, in terms of design and being.
Yeah, so therefore, that is, let's call it, for the lack of a better word, religious ontology.
Right.
Means ontology used by religion to prove existence of God.
Right.
They have to prove it. It is their attempt to prove existence of God.
Right.
And what we are talking about is not that. Maybe I can say that. Even though Bhagavan is involved, God is involved, we're talking about existence. But here our idea is existence itself is God. They are talking about another entity called God, which exists or does not exist, and which exists is what they claim. So I think it's very different. Very different, I think.
Yeah.
Even though we use the same words, it is different.
They do not have epistemology. So how do you prove that? So basically they go by ontological experience.
Ontological, yeah.
Whereas Vedanta clearly goes from ontology to epistemology and prove that.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah,
So
Paramartika Satya, Vyaharika Satya, and Pratibhasika Satya is really what Vedanta looks at, right? Which is the three levels of reality, which Abrahamic religions have no idea of what. They don't even get close to that.
They don't get close. Neither does science get close.
Right.
Neither does science get close.
Right.
That's the thing.
Sorry,
That's the
Neetaji,
thing. In
I
that,
didn't mean to interrupt you. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I think the Shastram, Pramanam, is what is missing.
that's what we say, correct. So without the Shastram, Naisha Tarkena Matirapaneyam. So
In other words, there
good.
is no spiritual angle for them. So it's only the moral and ethics part of it. Because it's a religion. Religion is based on the morals and ethics. So axiology is part of it, but not epistemology. So
Correct. Yeah, go ahead, Ravi Kudua.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Guruji. I think it's a great summary today. Even whoever missed the earlier classes, just attending today's class, they know what is the real beginning. So thank you, great. Thank you for the summary first, actually. Just thank you.
Yeah.
Then I have two questions, one more for appreciation. The second one may be a very loaded question. The first one is, I mean, if there is an etymology for the word Avarnam and also Vigneva Shakti. I mean, if there is an etymology for those two words, probably we can appreciate that, or at least I can appreciate that very well, and I can remember that very well. So that's the first question, or clarification required.
Okay, all right. We will try to bring it up in the next class.
Okay, thank you. So, I mean, just understanding the etymology helps me to remember that word very well, because I'm not fluent in Sanskrit, but knowing the behinds of that will helps me to remember those words, actually. So that's the first one.
Sometimes that helps, yeah.
Yeah, that's the first one. The second one is, I don't know, maybe a very loaded question. I should ask now or later. I mean, we said existence is God, existence is there. My very question is, what is the purpose of that existence?
What is the purpose of existence?
Yeah, there is an existence. I mean, I don't deny that, actually. And my question is, why? I mean, what is the purpose of that existence? If existence is not there, why first of all, that existence is there?
Right. Why is existence there? So, see, existence itself means that which exists is existence. That which exists forever is existence. Forever also we have to add. Unchangingly exists is existence.
Yes.
Okay. And so, when, see, the universe exists right now. At least right now, the universe exists.
Yes, yes, I agree. And the question is, I mean, whatever kind of existence you explain, all that, it is unmanifested form, manifested form, all that existed. And why that existence is there? What is trying to do that existence?
Good question. Why the existence? It's a good question. Existence is there. That's it. And so, why it exists, we can't answer, because that is Satyam. Unfortunately, Satyam is there. If existence is not there, you and I, that conversation also won't happen.
Yeah, we don't need to be there, because there is no existence. Why you and me are there, actually? That's my basic question.
Now you're changing the question. See, now you're changing the question. You first said why existence is there. Now you are saying why you and I are there. So there are two different questions.
Okay, let me stay with the first question.
Okay, let me remind you there are two different questions.
Let me stay with the first question. Okay.
Why you and I are there?
Sorry for interrupting, Guruji. I was looking up for existence. Exists has come from a word which stands apart. So probably I am confused what Raviji is asking about. Is he asking about being or existence? Because existence comes from a word which stands apart.
No, here we said existence is God, right? Our consciousness is
so
God,
I don't know
actually.
whether it's
So
para or apara. You know, being and existence should not be confused, I thought.
Yeah, let's go back to Ravi and see what he has to say.
No, we concluded, I mean, existence is God, right? Satyam, and that is there, exists forever. Whatever kind of existence, that is Satyam, that is there forever. Either in unmanifested form or manifested form, that existence is there. So my basic question is, why that existence?
Why all this? I think that's what probably his question is. Why all
Yeah.
this? Why it should be there?
Why, if existence would have not been there, or let me stay with the question, why that existence is there? What is trying to do it actually? What is the purpose of that existence?
Nothing can do anything to existence.
Yeah, what
Nothing.
existence is trying to do? What existence is trying to do?
Existence can't try to do anything also. For existence always exists. It can't try to do anything. You are. In fact, the only thing that cannot do anything to you is existence.
Yeah, so I'm asking what the purpose of that existence. So let me stay with the
There's no
basic question.
purpose.
What is the purpose?
It is. That's it. It is not
It's
an
a
object.
purposeless existence.
We can't see. We have to be careful. Now we are asking questions based on our own idea of life. And something exists, something doesn't exist. Something exists, something doesn't exist. Something exists and then disappears also. All this. Therefore, now what is the purpose of existence? As though existence is some kind of laddu. It's not a laddu.
Guruji, there's a branch of philosophy called existentialism, right? Which is very popularized by John Paul Sartre, which is basically says that life has no inherent purpose, but humans have the freedom to create the meaning of life for themselves. Whether you agree or disagree, but that's what John Paul Sartre says for existentialism. But I think from an Advaita philosophy perspective, existence is that we are looking for the ultimate purpose of self-realization. That's what we look at. So realizing your true nature and union with the Brahman is what we are looking at from an existence perspective. So that's what we are concerned about. But existentialism is the Western philosophy of, which is different, very different.
Correct.
Guruji, can't we approach it in this fashion? I exist. I start from the fact that I know I exist and try to know what is my real nature and just take it instead of asking why I exist. I exist is a reality. Take from the known factor and then find out what my existence truly means.
I mean, that's how we analyze it. That's how we do it.
Yeah, but
It's Vedanta.
what I'm saying is you cannot deny the fact that you exist. So why existence cannot be questioned. You are there. The existence is there. Whether you question it or not, that's the reality, right?
No, see, the whole point of Vedanta is to appreciate existence.
Yes.
We are talking about existence as though we know it. We don't really know it. We know it through objects only.
No, I exist. I know I exist, right? I mean, it is also a self-evident thing that I do exist. That's why the objects are there. I am the one who's giving the reality to the objects. If I didn't exist, then the object's reality is not there because I am the person. As a subject, I am giving it a reality.
No, but I'm saying that what you said is profound. In the sense you have studied a lot, and so you're saying it. But a beginner can't say that statement. What you just said, and that's what I meant when I said we take existence for granted. That there is existence as a topic of discussion itself is new. Is new, and for Vedanta it becomes very important. That's what I meant, Mohiniji. I didn't. What you said is right. So
because like the sun does not exist. If I don't validate the sun doesn't exist. The consciousness that in me is validating the presence of sun. So I am more important than the object that I'm seeing because that object's existence is not there if subject is not there.
Exactly, I don't deny the existence. Existence is there. It's Satyam, right? So I don't deny that. So my very basic question is, what is that purpose of that existence? So I don't deny existence.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No, there is no. That question itself is wrong. I'm saying that question is wrong. Appreciating that the question is wrong is the study of Vedanta. That existence always is, and it without any purpose. Let me put it this way: without any purpose. That is what Satyam is. The only thing that does not have a purpose is that existence, Satyam. If it had a purpose, then it will be no different than you and me. It will come to you and say, or me, and say, I don't find any purpose in life. Please help me. I'm going to not exist from tomorrow onwards. Something like that, he also will get depressed. If Satyam had a purpose. Thank God Satyam doesn't have a purpose. The only thing that doesn't have a purpose, doesn't have a cause, is existence. So you see that. Everything has a purpose means cause. You're asking for a cause for existence. Because our mind thinks like that. Cause kya hai? Cause kya hai? What is the cause of that? What about that? But before that, what was it? The science also is like that one. Keep on going back. That is why I say science cannot find existence. Why? Because they are looking for cause. Nachiketa knew it. Nachiketa knew it. Anyatra asmat krita krita. Tell me that which is beyond cause and effect, which means beyond purpose. Because he has figured out this phenomenological world, empirical world, it's all about cause and effect. There has to be something that is beyond cause and effect, beyond purpose. And that is Satyam.
Even if you take any example,
Purpose, if you say finite, you're reducing the infinite to finite.
Yeah.
See, suppose you say, they say, for God's sake, you should study. For God's sake, you should study. The parents will tell their children quietly, some emotional blackmail. And for God's sake, you should study. And the child is smart enough. They say, if I don't study, God will be upset. Is that what you're telling me, Dad? If God is going to be upset if I don't study, then he's not God, okay? Then the father backs off after that. He's like, this boy, I can't handle this boy. So this God's sake. And so those ideas we have to let go. We have to let go. And that's why we say existence is God. Existence is Ishvara for us. A very profound statement it is. We'll continue the discussion. I'm not diminishing the value of your question, Ravi. Please understand that.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I'm trying to now thinking there is an existence for no purpose. I have to again dwell more on that and say, what is that no purpose existence? I mean, I have to just keep thinking on that actually.
Correct.
So I don't have an answer. I'm just trying to get an.
If you say existence has purpose, then you have reduced the status of existence from infinite to finite. Only the finite can have a purpose. These are all words, things that we can think about. Yeah. Thank
you.
Thank you again. Thank you for all participating in the discussion.
What you said, Jaykumar, is fine. Actually, we are asking finally the cause of causation. So it eventually comes down to cause of causation. So the causation is time, space, and causation, which is Maya. So why Maya? So, I mean, that's basically it reduces to, like you explained, yeah.
Okay. I will discuss more.
Yeah.
Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantarage Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trilokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Dhanyavad Guruji.
Dhanyavad.
Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.